Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sunday reset here at the Lowe house. My last couple of videos have been decorating, and when I just do back-to-back decorating videos, I tell you, my cleaning chores get pushed to the back burner, which is what you're going to see in today's Sunday reset. I've definitely let my cleaning get away from me, so what better way to get my house back in order than to film a Sunday reset for you guys. We'll start here on the dining room table that is full of a little bit of everything. I've got some decor left over from some decorating videos that I've done. If you've missed my past couple decorating videos, I'll link those below. But we've started decorating here for fall and it's been so much fun. But I'll just get this table cleared away. I went and did a Target run this morning and I'll show you a few things that I picked up from Target. I just picked up some inexpensive diapers for Lainey. You always need extra diapers when it comes to grandkids. And I needed a couple of more florals for when I decorate my bedroom for fall. I thought these were absolutely beautiful. So I picked up a couple of those. I think they were $5 a piece. And then I'll be doing my porch makeover soon. So I got this cute little welcome sign that I thought would be great for the front door. And then my main goal when I went to Target today was to pick up some new towels, some new hand towels, and some new washcloths. And this little amber pumpkin that I picked up for my bedroom also. It was in the dollar spot at Target, and I think it was $3. It lights up, so it's very pretty. That amber glass is what I'm going with this fall season, so I think it'll go well in the bedroom. As I was saying, my main goal at Target today was just to get some more towels and stuff, and I always buy white. It's just easier for me. When I buy anything that's colored or real fancy in the bathroom, I always mess it up, so it's been white here for several years. So finally got the dining room table off. Now before we move on to any other chore, let's head into the laundry room and start taking off all the tags. Everything always comes with lots of tags. Let's get these tags off and let's get them in the washing machine. Okay, as you watch me get all these tags taken off, let's talk a little bit about my laundry room. I know I mentioned a few weeks back that I was planning on doing a laundry room makeover, and I am still doing that. However, before I can actually start doing things in the laundry room, I have to get it painted, and the guy that was going to come paint it has had something come up, and so it's going to be, I don't know how long until I can come and paint the laundry room. So I really can't start anything. I've got my ideas. I know what I'm going to purchase, and I've been saving my money to buy each item. However, until he comes and paints this and I take kind of everything out and then start fresh, I can't really do anything. So that laundry room makeover is coming, but bear with me guys. Let me get it painted first, and then I'll show you step by step of what I'm going to do in here. And real quickly, let me give a shout out to all of my new subscribers here, or my new friends, I should say. I'm just tickled with all the new friends I've gotten over the past couple of weeks. So if you haven't introduced yourself to me, I would love it if you'd leave a comment in the comment section, maybe your name or where you're from. I'd love to hear from you. I also have an Instagram account. I would love for us to follow each other over on that platform. You can find me there also at Robin Lane Lowe. However, if you do not have an Instagram account, I totally understand. When I actually started YouTube 4 years ago, I did not have an Instagram account. So there you go. Not everyone has one, and that's okay. But if you do, that's just a great platform for us to get to know each other. Okay, now let's move into the living room. I picked up JD. He's here somewhere in the house from daycare today. And as soon as I got in the car, he said he wanted a cheese pizza. So we stopped by Little Caesars, got a cheese pizza, got his little tummy full, and I think he's around here somewhere watching a movie. So let's put the ironing board and iron up real quickly. I think people had mentioned they wanted to see me iron in a couple of videos, but I didn't get a chance to do that today. I was in a hurry, so I still, Derek wears like these button-up shirts to work every day, so sometimes on Sunday I take the time to iron the shirts for the whole week, and sometimes the ironing board just sits out all week and I iron one each morning. So sometimes I get a good start for the week and sometimes I do not. Okay, so now we've got the dining room table cleared off, we've got the bar cleaned off, so let's move over to my coffee bar area. And guys, I am so enjoying this coffee bar area. I just love it when the seasons change and I can change it up some. And so right now it's full of fall decor and I'm really loving it over here at the coffee bar. Okay, now let's head over and work on these dirty dishes in the sink area. I had watered some plants this morning, and so I'll get those put back real fast. This little plant here in my hand, oh my goodness, I overwatered him. I am terrible about overwatering plants. How about you guys? I just tend to overwater, and I've got to start doing a schedule where I will quit overwatering my plants, but hopefully it'll survive. Okay, so real quickly, you see my makeup brush laying there. I'm going to take the time to wash that real fast. I have two makeup brushes for my foundation, but they get really dirty really fast, and I know there's a better way to clean your brushes. I think there's some cleaners out there for your brushes. There's like a little scrubber pad for your brushes, but y'all, I do it the lazy way. I just put that Dawn dishwashing liquid in my hand and just get to scrubbing until the water runs clear. So I love the blue Dawn dishwashing liquid. I believe it's the best out there. I believe if it can take the grease off of those little ducks out there, that it can pretty much clean anything in my house, and it does a really good job cleaning my makeup brushes because that foundation can really get in there and stick, and so I try to keep those pretty clean because it will affect the way your foundation goes on if you don't have a clean brush. Okay, so let's rinse out the dishes. Of course, before we get them into the dishwasher, I have to rinse them off first, and then there are several things here that I'm going to have to hand wash. So okay, so let's get the dishwasher full and let's get that running. I mentioned earlier that I had JD here, one of my grandsons, and before this video is over, I'll have my other grandson, Ryder. He'll be here too. Ryder is 11 and JD is 4, and there is nothing better when you're 4 years old than to have a cousin to look up to. And let me tell you, he definitely looks up to his his big cousin, Ryder. It is so funny. He just follows him around like a little puppy dog and just wants to do everything he's doing. So it is quite fun. It kind of wears Ryder out sometimes, but because JD still has that 4-year-old energy. Again, Ryder is 11 and JD is 4, so they are quite cute together. And so tonight they're spending the night with Pop and Honey, and we always have a great time anytime the grandkids spend the night. For those of you that happen to be new today, Derek and I are empty nesters. We have been for some time. We have 3 older children and we have 5 grandchildren, and we're super blessed that all of our kids live very close to us, like 20 minutes at the most. So I have a lot of friends that have grandkids that do not live in even the same state that they live in. So we are truly blessed that all of our kids kind of stayed in our little hometown and raising their children here. So we're super blessed with that. Let me know in the comment section, are you an empty nester? Are you a mom that's still raising your children? Are you a mom that's married, single? Are you a dad out there? I know I've got some males that watch my video also. That's super cool. But anyway, let me know in the comment section where your season is in life now. Like I said, Derek and I are empty nesters, but I love to hear about you guys and where you're at in life. Okay, now let's do one of my favorite chores, and that is wiping down my countertops. I'm going to use the Fall Leaves, Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose cleaner in the Fall Leaves scent. Absolutely love it. I've got some acorn spice coming from Amazon, the Mrs. Meyer's. I've never used that scent before, so fingers crossed I like it also, but really loving the Fall Leaves scent. Let me know in the comment section. If you can see here, I like to use a hot wet rag when I'm wiping down my countertops, and I'll usually rinse it out several times. As I don't show it on camera, but I do go back and rinse it out several times while I'm wiping down my countertops. But I'll use a wet one. But I have noticed a lot of my friends on YouTube, they use a dry cloth, even a dry paper towel. But in my mind, I've got to use something wet. So I always have a wet rag. Say that 3 times. I always wet my rag before I wipe down my countertops. But I think this is my favorite chore because it kind of tells my brain, okay, your kitchen is now clean and you can rest, because it gives me such anxiety when my kitchen is not clean. I don't have, as you can see, I don't have any pull knobs on any of my drawers, any of my cabinets, so I just have to keep the tops and the bottoms of these drawers wiped off because they can get pretty dirty. Okay, now that I've showed you an after shot of this clean and tidy kitchen, let's move into the living room real quickly. Not much to clean up in here, always blankets to fold up, but the one thing I wanted to get done in the living room today is I think I want to add this little eucalyptus wreath right here to this mirror that's on this wall. This mirror is rather new. I think I've had it for about 6 weeks, but I think it looks so good here above this bench. But I'm thinking maybe during the holiday seasons, a little wreath would look really good here. So I've got this very simple and plain eucalyptus wreath that I'm going to put here on this mirror. Now I'm just going to take a little command strip, and when I use those, you'll see here, I'll stick it on there, and I like to kind of leave it there for a little bit, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and just to kind of let it get it, I don't know, stick a little longer before I put anything on there. So you'll see me put the hook up there, and then we're going to sit down and fold a quick load of clothes. if you noticed early on in the video, I showed a bunch of toys that were here in the living room. You won't see me picking those up. Ryder came, and so him and JD helped. Those were mainly Lainey's toys. I had watched her earlier in the week, so I just had Ryder and JD pick up those toys for me. So just in case you're wondering where all the toys in the living room went, the boys helped me out on that. So again, I just have one load of clothes to fold up and put away. It's a miracle. And you'll see that basket there to the left of my couch. That was on my fireplace area, and when I decorated for fall, I moved it. But I've said before, I like to keep my house pretty cold, and so my daughter, my family really stays really cold here in the house. So those are our two favorite comfortable blankets that keep you really warm. So I just put that little basket over in the corner and put our favorite blankets there for when they get cold. I know it doesn't work very well with my aesthetic in the living room when it comes to fall, but it's a perfect basket to keep those big blankets in. Okay, so here you're just going to see me add the wreath, and I think it's going to make a great little touch here on this mirror. Some people have mentioned maybe putting something to the right of that mirror, but I don't know. I like that simplicity of it right now, and my Christmas tree will go there for Christmas time, so that'll kind of fill the area up. So for now, this mirror is just going to stay here by itself, and then maybe the new year we'll look into doing something else. Move back into the kitchen and let's whip up some pasta real quickly. I thought these pumpkin shaped pastas from TJ Maxx were perfect for the boys tonight, so I'm just gonna easily get some water, start boiling some pasta, make some white sauce, and see what we can come up with to feed all the guys tonight. I'll just quickly kind of go through the steps that I do when I make my pasta, but let me tell you, you want to stay to the end, because at the end the boys will be fixing a plate of pasta and they are the cutest. So stay to the end so you can see both of my grandboys fixing their plates for supper. Okay, so I'm just going to salt my water, and then I'll get my saucepan out. Now I know the best sauce is homemade white sauce from scratch. I've realized that, but today, for just purposes of getting this done real quickly, I'm just gonna pull out my regular Prego white sauce to the rescue. That's just, if I'm gonna use a jar of white sauce, that's my favorite. So we'll get our little pumpkin pasta going. Tell me this, guys, some people say when you pour your pasta over in your boiling water to not touch your pasta, not to stir it. True or false? I feel like I've got to stir it because it's going to stick together if I don't and not cook thoroughly. But let me know in the comment section for all you master cooks out there. If you stir your pasta as soon as you pour it in there, or do you not stir your pasta? Okay, so now let's add some things to our white sauce to kind of make it semi-homemade. We'll add some sour cream, and then I'll add some seasoning, and I'm pretty simple on my seasoning. I'll just do some salt and pepper, I'll do some garlic powder, and I'll do some paprika. I think that's all I do, just to kind of make it a little extra fancy here and not just serve it from the jar. And friends, as you can see, I don't really measure anything when it comes to cooking. I just kind of eyeball it and go from there. put my spices in and then taste it, put my spices in and taste it. I've just never been one to measure anything. Now, when it comes to baking, of course, I measure everything when it comes to baking, but when I cook anything in my house, I am not a good measurer. So when someone needs to know how much I put in something, it's very hard for me to say because I do not take the time to get out my little measuring spoons and do it properly. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's get this all incorporated and get it going. And one last thing that I like to do is if I've got some whipping cream or some half and half on hand, I like to put a little bit of that in the jar, shake it up really well, because there's always a pretty good bit of there's always a pretty good bit of sauce still left in your jar. So that's just one little thing I like to do to get it all out of that jar. Our pasta is almost ready, so now I'm going to take these little shrimps. I think they're called cocktail shrimps. That got them in the frozen section. I've let them thaw out. I've rinsed them off, and then we're going to add those to our sauce. Okay, now that we pretty much have our sauce all together, let's drain our pasta. I know a lot of people rinse theirs with cold water, and I do that quite often also, but today I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, mix it around just to have some good oils in this pasta. Also, we added the shrimp for some protein, and so now we're just going to add some olive oil. So I'll mix it around and get that added into our pasta. Now into our sauce. Now some people like to keep their pasta separate from their sauce, but I like to mix it all together. Let me know in the comment section how you like yours. But I like, especially because these little pumpkins, that little sauce is going to fill up those little pumpkins, and oh, how good is that going to be? So we will get this all incorporated, and then I've got just a couple more steps, and then our dinner will be ready. Okay, now that our sauce is good and bubbly, I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to add probably a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, because you cannot have pasta without Parmesan cheese. I know I prefer it fresh, but didn't have fresh today. And then a little bit of parsley just to make it look a little better. And that'll be it today. Ta-da! I'll have dinner made for all the boys. Guys, please stay to the end so you can see my two grandsons. They are adorable. But for the meantime, that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you sticking it out to the end. I sure hope you enjoyed this Sunday reset. I hope it motivated you to get some things done in your house today so that you can have a great start of your week. Don't forget, if you're new, to leave me a comment in the comment section. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye. JD, is it yummy to your tummy? Ryder? Okay.